Hey everyone!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Real Conversations. I am so glad you are here today. Whether you are listening on your commute, at home, or during a break at work, you made a great choice because today we have a topic that is going to seriously upgrade your English.
That is right, and honestly, this one is really close to my heart because I remember when I was helping a friend study English a while back, and she kept making this exact mistake. She would say things like, "If I have $1 million, I would travel the world." And I knew something sounded off, but I could not immediately explain why. So this topic is one of those things that once you understand it, you cannot unhear it.
Exactly. And before we jump in, how are you doing today?
Really good, thank you. I actually had a long walk this morning and I was thinking about English grammar of all things. I know that sounds a little strange, but once you spend enough time teaching, you start noticing conditionals everywhere.
That is absolutely a teacher thing. Okay, so today we are going to talk about one of the most common mistakes that English learners make, and it is the difference between saying if I have and if I had. These two phrases look almost identical. They are just one letter apart, but they mean completely different things, and using the wrong one can change your entire message.
And here's the thing. Native speakers notice this immediately. It's one of those small errors that really does reveal your level, not because we're judging you, but because it changes the meaning so much that it affects how we understand what you're trying to say.
So by the end of this episode, you are going to understand exactly when to use if I have and when to use if I had. You're also going to understand why the difference matters, and you will have plenty of practice. I want you to drop a comment and let us know where you are listening from today. It is always so great to hear from our community all around the world.
Yes, please do that. And if you're finding this podcast helpful, make sure you subscribe to Hannah Daily English so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get into the good stuff.
All right, let us start from the very beginning. In English, we have different types of conditionals. A conditional sentence is simply a sentence that talks about a condition and a result.
If this happens, then that will happen. If this were true, then that would happen.
There are four main types of conditionals in English, but today we are focusing on two of them. The first one is called the first conditional, and this is where we use if I have.
The second one is called the second conditional, and this is where we use if I had.
So let us start with the first conditional. This is for real possible situations, things that could genuinely happen. The structure is simple. You take if plus present simple tense, and then you add will plus base verb in the second part of the sentence.
So the formula looks like this. If plus subject plus present simple verb, then subject plus will plus base verb. Short, clean, and easy to remember.
Let me give you some examples. If I have time this weekend, I will call you. That means there's a real chance I will have time. It's possible. Maybe I will, maybe I will not, but it could genuinely happen.
Here's another one. If she has enough money, she will buy a new laptop. Again, this is a real possibility. Maybe she's saving up right now. It could actually happen.
And one more. If we have good weather tomorrow, we will go to the park. That's a real plan. We are genuinely considering it. The weather might be good. We might go.
The key idea here is that the first conditional is about things that are possible in real life. You're not imagining a completely different reality. You're simply saying, if this condition is met, this will be the result.
Think about your own life right now. Can you think of something that might happen this week? Something you're not sure about yet? Try saying it out loud using this structure. If I have, and then finish the sentence. Say it out loud right now.
For example, you might say, if I have a meeting tomorrow, I will prepare my notes tonight. Or, if I have extra money at the end of the month, I will save it. These are real, possible things. Nothing imaginary about them.
Now let's talk about the negative form, because that's important too. In the first conditional, you can use if I don't have or the contraction if I don't have. For example, if I don't have my umbrella, I will get wet. That's still a real possible situation.
And you can also flip the sentence around. You can put the result first and the condition second. So instead of saying, if I have time, I will help you, you can say, I will help you if I have time. Both are correct. The meaning is exactly the same.
Go ahead and write your own example in the comments. Use if I have and describe something that could really happen in your life this week. I would love to see what you come up with.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about the second conditional, which uses if I had. This one is for imaginary situations, things that are not true right now, things that are unlikely or purely hypothetical scenarios.
The structure for the second conditional is if plus subject plus past simple verb, then subject plus would plus base verb.
Now here's something that trips a lot of people up. Even though we use a past tense verb in the if part of the sentence, we're not talking about the past at all. We're talking about the present or the future. This confused me too when I first encountered it.
Let me give you an example that makes it very clear. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. This means right now I don't have $1 million. This is imaginary. I'm dreaming about it. It's not my real situation.
Compare that to the first conditional version. If I have enough money, I will travel next year. That one is possible. Maybe I'm saving. Maybe it will happen. But if I had $1 million is definitely not my current reality.
Here's another example. If I had more time, I would learn to play the guitar. That means right now, I don't have more time. My life is busy. This is a wish or a hypothetical thought.
And one more. If I lived closer to my family, I would visit them every week. This means I don't live close to my family right now. That's the reality, so I'm imagining a different situation.
The second conditional is the conditional of wishes, dreams, hypothetical advice, and imaginary scenarios. When someone says, "What would you do if you won the lottery?" they are using the second conditional because winning the lottery is not your current reality.
And people use the second conditional when they give advice, too. You might hear, if I were you, I would talk to your manager about that. That if I were you is second conditional. I'm not you, that's not real, but I'm imagining being in your situation.
Notice that in the second conditional, we often use were instead of was after the verb to be. So we say, if I were you, rather than if I was you, even though was is technically the past tense form. In the second conditional, were is considered the standard and more correct form in English.
Now try this. Think of something you wish you had right now. Maybe more time, more money, a different job, or a bigger home. Can you make a second conditional sentence? Say it out loud. If I had, and then finish it.
Write your second conditional sentence in the comments too. We would love to read them.
All right, now that we understand both conditionals separately, let us put them side by side and really nail down the difference.
Here is the key question you should ask yourself every single time. Is this situation real and possible, or is it imaginary and not my current reality?
If it is real and possible, use the first conditional, if plus present simple, and then will plus base verb.
If it is imaginary or contrary to fact, use the second conditional, if plus past simple, and then would plus base verb.
Let me give you some pairs so you can feel the contrast. Listen carefully to each one.
If I have the report ready by Friday, I will send it to you. That is first conditional, real, possible. I might finish it by Friday.
If I had more experience, I would apply for that senior position. That is second conditional, imaginary. Right now, I do not have that experience. I'm thinking about what I would do if things were different.
If she has a car, she will give us a ride. First conditional. Maybe she has a car. We're not sure, but it is genuinely possible.
If she had a car, she would drive to work instead of taking the bus. Second conditional. She does not have a car right now. That is the reality. We are imagining a different situation.
Do you hear how different those feel? One is about real possibilities, and one is about imaginary scenarios. The structure changes slightly, and the meaning changes completely.
Here's a practical tip that really helps. If you're talking about a future plan or something that might genuinely happen, use if I have.
If you're daydreaming, giving hypothetical advice, or describing a situation that's not your current reality, use if I had.
Another tip I find useful is to ask yourself, could I realistically say, and that might actually happen at the end of my sentence? If yes, use the first conditional. If no, use the second conditional.
For example, if I have time tomorrow, I will go to the gym, and that might actually happen. Yes, that makes sense. First conditional is right.
If I had wings, I would fly to Paris, and that might actually happen. No, that does not make sense at all. You do not have wings, so second conditional is right.
Can you share one example of each in the comments? One real possibility from your life right now, and one imaginary wish. We want to see you practicing.
Okay, let's talk about mistakes. And I want to start by saying that making mistakes is completely normal. It's part of learning. Even very advanced learners mix these up sometimes, and native speakers can usually understand what you mean even when the grammar is not perfect. So please do not be too hard on yourself.
That said, understanding these mistakes helps you sound more natural and communicate more clearly. So let's look at the most common ones.
Mistake number 1 is mixing the two conditionals together. For example, someone might say, if I have more free time, I would learn French. Do you hear the problem? They used have from the first conditional, but then would from the second conditional.
The correct version depends on what they actually mean. If it's a real possibility, they should say, if I have more free time, I will learn French. And if it's imaginary, they should say, if I had more free time, I would learn French. You cannot mix the two. The two parts of the sentence must match each other.
Mistake number 2 is using if I would have. This is a very common one, especially for speakers of Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and several other languages. You might hear someone say, if I would have a car, I would drive you. But in English, we don't use would in the if part of the sentence. The correct version is, if I had a car, I would drive you.
The if clause takes the present simple for first conditional or the past simple for second conditional. It does not take would. Save would for the result part of the sentence only.
Mistake number 3 is forgetting that the past tense in second conditional doesn't mean past time. This confuses a lot of learners. When you say, if I had a better job, you're not talking about something that happened in the past. You're talking about right now. You're using the past tense form to signal that this is imaginary, not that it already happened.
This is simply a grammatical convention in English. The past tense form in a conditional clause signals unreality, not past time. Once you internalize that idea, the second conditional starts to feel much more natural.
Mistake number 4 is using was instead of were in second conditional sentences. So people say, if I was rich, I would donate to charity. While many native speakers do say this in very casual conversation, in standard English, if I were rich is the correct form. In the second conditional, use were for all subjects. If I were, if he were, if she were, if they were.
Now, here's a quick check. Listen to this sentence and decide if it's correct or incorrect. If I have a bicycle, I would ride to work.
That is incorrect because the two parts don't match. It should either be, if I have a bicycle, I will ride to work for a real situation, or if I had a bicycle, I would ride to work for an imaginary one. Keep practicing that kind of checking in your own writing and speaking. You'll get faster at spotting it over time.
Now it's time to practice together. I'm going to describe a situation and give you 2 options. Your job is to choose the correct sentence. Say your answer out loud if you can. Speaking out loud really does help things stick.
Situation 1. Maria is looking at her schedule and thinking about the next few days. She genuinely might have a day off on Thursday. Which sentence is correct? Option A, if I have a day off, I will visit my grandmother. Option B, if I had a day off, I would visit my grandmother.
The answer is option A. If I have a day off, I will visit my grandmother. Why? Because this is a real possibility. It might actually happen. We use first conditional for real possibilities.
Situation 2, Tom is daydreaming at his desk. He's thinking about what his life would be like if you were a famous musician. Which is correct? Option A, if I am a famous musician, I will perform at big concerts. Option B, if I were a famous musician, I would perform at big concerts.
Option B is correct. If I were a famous musician, I would perform at big concerts. Tom is not a famous musician. This is imaginary, so we use the second conditional.
Situation 3. Sarah is planning her birthday party and thinking about whether her friend Ahmed will have his car available that day. Which is correct? Option A, if Ahmed has his car on Saturday, he will help us move the equipment. Option B, if Ahmed had his car on Saturday, he would help us move the equipment.
Option A is correct. If Ahmed has his car on Saturday, he will help us move the equipment. This is a real and upcoming situation. She's just waiting to confirm about the car. First conditional is right here.
Situation 4. David has a very stressful job and very little free time. He's reflecting on how different life would feel if his circumstances were different. Which is correct? Option A, if I have less stress, I will be happier. Option B, if I had less stress, I would be happier.
Option B is the right choice. If I had less stress, I would be happier. David is describing an imaginary situation. He currently has a lot of stress. He's imagining a different reality, so second conditional fits perfectly.
Great work if you got those right, and even if you got some wrong, that's completely fine. Now you know why the correct answer is what it is, and that understanding is what really matters.
Here's your challenge now. Write your own 2 sentences in the comments. One using if I have for something real in your life right now, and one using if I had for something you wish were different. Be creative and be honest. We will be reading your comments.
All right, we're coming to the end of today's episode, and what a great one it has been. Let's do a quick review of everything we covered.
First, we talked about the first conditional, which uses if I have. This is for real possible situations, things that might genuinely happen. The structure is if plus present simple, then will plus base verb.
For example, if I have time, I will call you.
Second, we talked about the second conditional, which uses if I had. This is for imaginary, hypothetical, or unreal situations, things that aren't your current reality. The structure is if plus past simple, and then would plus base verb.
For example, if I had more time, I would learn a new language.
Third, we looked at common mistakes. The biggest ones are mixing the 2 conditionals, using would in the if clause, and forgetting that past tense in the second conditional signals unreality rather than past time.
The key question to ask yourself is always this: is this real and possible, or is this imaginary? Your answer to that one question tells you exactly which conditional to use.
You've done great work today. Seriously, this is one of those grammar points that takes time to internalize. And the fact that you sat here and listened through the whole episode shows real commitment to your English. Be proud of that.
Here's a reflective question to think about before you go. What is one thing you wish were different in your life right now? Can you express it using the second conditional? Think about it, say it out loud, and write it in the comments.
Before we go, please take a moment to like this episode if it was helpful. Share it with a friend who's learning English. Leave a comment with your practice sentences, and subscribe to Hannah Daily English so you don't miss our next episode.